Salutations and felicitations, for you have come to the greatest show in the world. At least the greatest show in the world that is happening right now, right here, before your very eyes, through this new phantasmagorical contraption that is able to broadcast the cinemascopic visuals that is the confused Greenies of Players Patchwork Theater Company. But we are come to you wirelessly transmitted into the comfort of your own abodes, regardless of where they are in whatever region or realm of the known world. We will perform for you a play tonight, an epic wondrous saga, a tale of 3 cities, a journey of 21,000 leagues under the sea, and traveling to such settings around the world, but so quickly that it will take an amazingly short amount of time, only 79 and a half days.
About that
What
thing. There's a thing. There's a problem.
What do you mean the problem? Is malfunction?
You see, we actually only have 10 minutes to do this.
Wait, what?
And not enough actors.
Wait, how do we not have enough actors? What? Do
And
we
there's
not have
one
the
problem. The most important thing.
What?
We're 1 cent short of a proper penny dreadful.
Oh!
We can't do the whole thing.
All right, no, we can work with this.
Of course we can. Of course we can.
We've worked in worse shows.
And worse conditions, yes. Worse conditions.
All right, let's see. Well, actually, I think maybe in the end this will be a benefit, because no one really wants to experience an entire Victorian story. I mean, think about it. How often did you get a piece of VicLit that you had to read for an assignment, and you pretty much just skimmed to the major plot points, what was going to be discussed in class or on the test? You don't really need all of that hundreds of pages of soap opera build-up and characters going on about this and that and betrayals and back and forth. No. We don't.
You don't need that. You don't need any of that. No. You're better than that.
Yeah, you just skip to the final chapter. That's what we always do. Just skip to the end, get all the plot points we need, and then go from there. So I think we can do this. Yes, we can do this. We're just going to give you the best parts of this epic story. We're going to give you the thrilling climax, the end, where everything will come together and all the secrets will be unfurled. And
the epic conclusion.
Yes, the epic conclusion. Because seriously, you didn't pay much for this experience, as in you didn't pay us anything. So even just getting a little bit of something here is better than nothing. And unlike some people, we are not paid by the word. So we're gonna economize here. But with much further ado, we, the players that are projected to you from various stages around the world, will bring you the confused Greenies of Players Patchwork Theater Company, greatest Neo-Victorian steampunk-themed harlequinade farce that we have literally and literally never done. Or at least we'll give you the ending. And now, we present for you, by George, it does all make sense now.
Indubitably. I swear to you, it's not what it looks like.
Oh, it looks like that you, Fabrizio, have kidnapped Isabelle, the debutante who was engaged in an arranged marriage from her father to me, the Sky Capitano, Moco Blanco, Frappuccino, El Grande, Testosterone.
And it looks like you, Fabrizio, have kidnapped my beloved Isabel, whom I've never met, but we've been exchanging romantic letters for a very long time, and through the magic of the written word, we've been transporting each other, a bond between writer and reader, into a land of adventure and romance. And you have invaded that world, and I will see you pay for it.
And it looks like that you, Fabrizio, have kidnapped my beloved daughter Isabel, whom I have sworn that I would marry to Capitano as part of an old promise to an old friend.
No, none of that actually happened because there has been no kidnapping. For I am Isabel.
My beloved Isabel, of course I would recognize you anywhere despite not ever having met you.
Why would you do this? Why would you disguise yourself as a man?
Why, indeed?
Very simple, really. I enacted this mad charade of disguising myself as a man, a simple workman, to rebel against patriarchal power in this modern 19th century world, and also to avoid having to get married to Capitano in favor of marrying my true love, Horatio, despite the fact that I've never actually met you until now. You're actually very handsome and very well-spoken. I like that about you. But I knew that my father, Pantaloon Bumble, would never agree, would never approve of my beloved Horatio, as he is actually a poor street orphan, an urchin, and my father, Pantaloon, is an industrialist tycoon by 19th century standards. So, well, you see, I had to do it. You understand now? By George, it does all make sense now. Indubitably.
Wait. There is one thing that does not make sense to the Capitano.
What?
You used the name. You used the name Fabrizio.
I did.
That name is not unknown to Capitano, and not just because I looked up the cliff notes for the story. No. I know that name, for there is something I have not revealed about my past until this very moment, and at this very moment I will reveal it. For all of you know me as a foreign adventurer, an airship pilot who travels the world, the most famous airship pilot ever known, the man who needs no introduction. And since we skipped over my 5-chapter introduction that had nothing to do with this plot, I will introduce myself right now. For I am Capitano Moco Blanco Frappuccino El Grande Testosterone.
I think I like food.
But what those 5 chapters didn't tell you was my backstory that I reveal now. For you see, I did not always have this name of Capitano. I had another name long ago when I was just a wee baby. But when I was that baby, I was kidnapped, I was stolen, I was taken away from my family, from everything I knew. And I was just heisted away. You know by who? I will tell you by who. Sky pirates.
Sky pirates?
Sky pirates, most foul. They're flying pirate airships. They just swooped down and grabbed me as a baby from the family. The family I do not know, that I've been searching for all my life. But I have no clue. They're sky pirates. They can travel around anywhere in the world. And Really, this 19th century records are not very good. Not for abandoned babies. So, the only clue I had was that when I was taken, I was wrapped in a blanket my family must have given me. And on that blanket was stitched a name, one name, my name, the name Fabrizio.
Fabrizio?
What a strange coincidence.
How odd.
Whatever can it mean?
I have no idea. I skipped that part of the text.
I didn't even read the spark notes for it.
This gives me a... This is reminding me of something. A painful moment from my distant past.
Oh.
And that painful moment, but it also was tinged with joy. Well, you see, in my past, I had a son.
I had a brother?
You had a brother.
Yes, I had a son. A wee babe. But he was taken from me.
Oh, how terrible.
Taken from me by sky pirates.
Sky pirates?
Pirate?
Sky pirates most foul.
Oh.
On that night when he was taken, I had him wrapped in a blanket.
Oh.
And you see, I put a name on that blanket. His name would be named after my very best friend. And her name was Fabrizio.
Fabrizio?
But wait, if that was the name, then then your son who was kidnapped, and that would mean
It would mean that you are my son. You come back to me.
Impossible coincidence, of course. It must be. You're my father, my papa Pantaloon. Oh, my papa. Oh. And that means Isabel, you're my sister?
Your sister!
The woman that I have been courting turns out to be my sister? What? Oh, curse these coincidences!
Who
We
you
cannot
can't
get
marry!
married! By George! It does all make sense
now. We can be married,
Indubitably.
Fabrizio! What's wrong?
Well, you see, the name Fabrizio is also known to me. I recognize it.
Well, yes, that was me, and that was Capitano, who's not Capitano, and
No, you don't understand, because there's something that you don't know about me. I never mentioned it in my letters.
oh,
I was not always the street urchin you see before me. When I was but a wee baby, I was taken away from my family by sky pirates.
Sky pirates?
Sky pirates most foul.
I know how that feels. I really, really do.
I don't doubt it.
They took me away, and it took away everything that connected me with my past, with my family, except the blanket I was wrapped in. That blanket had my name stitched on it, and that name was Fabrizio.
Fabrizio? What's another impossible coincidence?
I don't understand. What could this mean?
This thing you have said, it's bringing forward my mind another painful memory. but also tainted with a bit of happiness.
He has
No, I'm
lots of
thinking that
those.
maybe we should have read earlier in the book. This is getting really complicated.
Mhm.
But go on.
I fell asleep.
Mhm.
This memory
VicLit is like that.
I didn't have just a son.
Hmm?
I had twin sons.
I
Hey.
had two brothers?
You had
I
two
have a
brothers.
baby brother.
You have a baby
Yes,
brother.
a baby twin brother.
Yes. But on that one terrible night, both of my sons were taken from me
Oh no.
by sky pirates.
Sky
Sky pirate.
Sky pirates most foul.
Oh,
Those
You
sky
must have
pirates
been
sure got around.
But on that night, I had my other son lovingly bundled in a blanket.
Oh.
And my other son, I also gave the name to him that is also stitched on his blanket. I gave the name to him, Fabrizio.
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 You named both of your sons after your old friend Fabrizio?
He was a very good friend. And also, you see, setting up those modern day embroidery machines, there's a setup. And so they waived it for both of the names being the same, but regardless of all of that,
Very frugal of you, Father.
I tried. So if you see, if you were the other son, or the other child wrapped in a blanket on that same fateful night, that means you're my other lost son, and you've also come back to me.
Father! Oh, the father I've never known. Finally, I found you.
What another coincidence! It's my baby brother! My baby brother I never knew I had that I love so much! Oh, come here, baby brother!
Oh, brother. Oh,
It's so good to meet you! Meet our sister Isabel, our
my
sister!
sister!
Oh!
Oh,
Oh, you're in love with our sister! Oh, what a horrible
Oh.
coincidence! Oh!
I can't marry anymore. My George
It does all make sense now.
I can't believe I'm in love with my own sister. Who would write a story like that?
I don't know.
Every Victorian author ever.
And is this where our story ends? Is this the horrible ending that they will subject poor students to?
Well, not exactly. Not exactly. Because you see that this whole thing has brought forward another memory from me.
There's
Uh,
more?
Another one. Dad.
You didn't read the next chapter. You missed
Well,
that.
no, it was too long.
Fell
But-
asleep.
I read the concise version, the edited version, you know. Who wants to read those long chapters in the unedited version?
Doesn't give you everything. But you see, on that same horrible, fateful night that I had lost both of my sons to sky pirates. Sky pirates most foul. On my doorstep the next day, bundled in a sky pirate flag, I had found a wee little baby girl.
I have a baby sister.
Yes, and she was dropped in a basket, parachute.
From the airship.
Pirates passing ship, and she landed on my doorstep, and I brought her in. And I adopted her and raised her as my own.
Wait,
You see,
My baby sister.
I've got two sisters?
no, you were that little girl dropped from the pirate ship. You were the little girl I brought in and adopted.
it has to be because we are way too late in the story to be introducing even more characters.
Oh, tell me about it.
And so you are not actually related to Horatio or Capitano.
Or to you. I'm Isabel the pirate's daughter, and I can marry my beloved. I can marry you, Horatio.
Wait. You're not also related to the Capitano, and there was already. No. Look at Horatio's face. Look at my baby brother's face. Look at the face of my baby brother that I love so very, very much in the last 5 minutes that I even knew he existed. Oh, no.
I love you very much in the last 5 minutes, too.
He needs all the help he can get to get married. So I can't stand in the way of the love between my brother and his beloved. So no. I think that the two of you should get married. Capitano renounces whatever interest he had. Because
Well, actually, I can get in the way.
what?
I deny this idea because, after all, I made a promise, my dear friend. And you, after all, are still a very poor street urchin, and I am the first 100,000 heir.
Dad!
Those things.
He's still your son. Wait, who did you make this promise to?
To my old friend.
Fabrizio?
Fabrizio. Oh,
Fabrizio.
Fabrizio, the one whom you are both named after.
But wait, Father, there's another piece of information that I've only just come to understand in this moment.
I thought I was the only one who was having those pieces of information coming out.
Yes, they call it a Deus ex machina or something. But this piece of paper, this is a letter. This is a letter. It's a telegram from a traveling clockwork circus, and it's meant for the younger son of Pantaloon. But that didn't make any sense to me because I received it some time ago, so I didn't know what it meant until this moment.
that would have been called foreshadowing if we had actually read chapter 6.
Yes,
That
yes,
chance.
and I think, Horatio, I think that means that this is for you.
It must be. Please, let me see it.
Of course.
Okay.
What
Well,
does it say? What does it say?
it says verbatim, dot, dash, dot, dash, dot, dash, dot, dash, dash.
Horatio, it's encrypted. Let me see that.
Okay, Dad, here.
Coded message. How mysterious.
What does it say, Papa Pantaloon?
But this is actually a code that was made by myself, but also by my old friend Fabrizio.
Fabrizio?
What does it say?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm a little rusty on it.
Wait. You said it's a code.
created it, Father.
But You said it's a code. It's a code in Morse code.
It's a Morse code.
Wait. Here. Let Capitano see it.
Yes.
All right. Oh, no, I know this code. I know this secret code. Oh, let's see. And it's this letter, this telegram. It's from your long lost friend Fabrizio.
Fabrizio?
Yeah.
It says that he's leaving half of his vast fortune to a young boy who some years ago saved his life through a series of complicated events. It was a random encounter that this Fabrizio and this young boy had, and the young boy saved him, rescued him, and he's been grateful to this young boy ever since. That he's leaving half of his incredibly vast, this is a lot of money, his incredibly vast fortune to this young boy, whoever this boy is.
Well,
I wonder.
I do remember very long time ago when I was very young, helping a serious man out of a very complicated situation, even though I was but a street urchin, orphaned as far as I knew. But I never realized that all this time, the secret benefactor who's been helping me all my life was this same man that I helped so long ago.
This
And
man named Fabrizio.
Fabrizio.
Fabrizio?
By George!
It all makes sense now.
Indubitably. There's more.
There's more?
As I said, Fabrizio is going to leave half of his vast fortune to Horatio here. But he also says that he wishes to leave the other half of his vast fortune to his daughter that he sent away to be raised by his best friend Pantaloon. He adds that he hopes his wish to his daughter is that someday she could find and marry a kind and generous man, a man who would have grown up being just as kind and generous as that young boy who once helped him out.
Oh, that means that your friend Fabrizio is my father, my true father from my birth. I'm an heiress, twice, by George. It does all
make sense now. Indubitably.
Well,
so he wanted me to marry Horatio.
He did, and Horatio is no longer poor.
Apparently not.
So there's no longer any societal barriers to us being wed.
And seriously, after this many coincidences, you really just have to go with it. He's Papa Pantaloon.
May we have your blessing, even though you're not really my father?
Seeing as how the wishes of my friend were to see you be wed to a kind-hearted man who also now happens to be very wealthy, I find that, yes, I can fully agree with your marriage. But
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Father.
I just have to wonder how Fabrizio had gotten such wealth.
Capitano thinks he can explain this. So you see, there's a reason why I could read this in this encrypted message. It's why I knew it, why I recognized it.
I was wondering about that.
For you see, I was once an apprentice to a great sky pirate.
Sky
pirate?
But this one was not foul. This one was amazing, was majestic. And this pirate, he taught me the code. I I was his apprentice. He took the Capitano on his great adventures. We would travel the world where we raided lost and mythical lands for their treasure. Lost lands such as Lemuria, Atlantis, Shangri-La, Hoboken.
Even Hoboken?
Especially
Truly a wild
Hoboken.
place.
And that is how I helped him make the fortune, and he helped me get a name as the greatest aviator of the 19th century. This is what happened, and this man who taught me this, he must have been Fabrizio.
Fabrizio?
I really should have asked him his name at one point during those adventures, but
So then it would seem that my good friend Fabrizio, he must have become a sky pirate.
Sky pirates.
Sky pirate not foul.
And then he gave up Isabella for her safety.
What a noble act.
And then he became Capitano's tutor and taught you all that you know, including our code.
And all of that before he was rescued by Horatio in a series of convoluted events.
by
By
George!
George! It does all make sense now.
Indubitably!
Now, can we get married? Please?
I mean, he said yes.
I give you
Real?
my blessing.
Now we have blessings too.
Oh, good. Horatio, my darling, let's go get ready for the wedding before anything else highly coincidental happens or before there's an epilogue or something crazy like that, because I am so sick and tired of Victorian literature.
Go off together alone? We can't be unchaperoned by 19th century standards.
Well, it's all right, my darling. After all, technically, we're family.
Oh, by George, it does all make sense now. Indubitably.
Indubitably. Come on, let's go get married already.
So, Papa Pantaloon. That's a good name. You should probably go into business like that, Papa Pantaloon. You could, make some money that way. Yeah, you can sell pants. Yes. I do have one final question for you. If I understand correctly, what is happening right now is that your long-lost sky pirate son, Horatio Fabrizio, is now going to marry your adopted sky pirate daughter, Isabel Fabrizio. Does this mean that you, Papa Pantaloon, will pay both the bride price and the dowry to yourself?
You know, it occurs to me that very well could be the case. It's almost as if I planned it that way. It does all make sense now. Indubitably.
Well, so the Capitano does not get married in this story, but that is fine. For Capitano feels like he's more for not an epic 1,000-page tome by a writer who was paid by the word. No. His adventures are more serialized. They show up in lots of smaller works adventuring around the world. So there may be a sequel for the Capitano out there. But right now, we hope that you enjoyed. We hope you enjoyed all of this. And we just want you to remember the moral of this entire story, in case you're ever given a test on it, in case you ever have to write an essay about this. And this is very important, so please take notes. The moral is ... And now you know, by George, it does all make sense now. Indubitably! And let me bring back in the rest of the cast that you saw tonight. Whew. Please come present yourselves to our audience out there over the ether waves of our cinemascopic transmission. So tonight, playing the part of Isabel, who was also Fabrizio, is
Megan Matthews from out of Cleveland, Ohio.
Playing the part of her tycoon, industrialist, miserly, capitalist by 19th century standards father, Pantaloon Bumble, is
Charles Minch from out of Cleveland, Ohio.
Playing the part of the street urchin orphan and former kidnappee of sky pirates, Horatio Fabrizio, is
Aaron Tizer, out of Cleveland, Ohio.
And playing Capitano Testosterone Fabrizio, former kidnappee of sky pirates.
former apprentice of sky pirates,
Former apprentice of sky pirates.
an explorer of
Sky
lost
pirate.
lands.
An explorer of Hoboken. I got family there. It is a wild place, but only in the happy way. This is Jess Rudolph.
I am
the
Jess
master
Rudolph,
of our
also
troupe.
of Cleveland, Ohio.
The master of our troupe, the co-founder of the Confused Greenies of Players Patchwork Theater Company.
We hope you enjoyed this production. It is an adaptation of our favorite commedia dell'arte. For those who don't know, commedia is actually from the Italian Renaissance, and a lot of our characterizations did come from there. And commedia used a simple outline as a scenario to craft a wonderful, often 3-act, hour-plus long piece. So, but it was just on a few sheets of paper, so very, very much unlike Victorian literature, at least by certain authors. But commedia did have descendants in the 19th century, and that was the harlequinade that you could see in France and Britain. So we took our famous, our well-known, our beloved scenario of It All Makes Sense Now, and recrafted it into this somewhat steampunk, Neo-Victorian, referencing the literature that we all had to learn, and we might as well get used it someplace in our lives. So here we are. And we thought that it being the weekend that would have been in person and is now virtual, NASFiC in Columbus, Ohio, and that's the North American Science Fiction Convention. So we thought we'd bring out a piece that is not just sci-fi, because steampunk is alternate reality and possible technology, but also so steeped in actual literature, because that's science fiction, as we know it, started in the 19th century and grew heavily during the Victorian age. And literature is what drove the earliest sci-fi cons. And we wish that we could have actually gone to NASFiC this year, and we understand why we can't. Because right now, sanitation is hopefully better than 19th century, but we're working on it. But because of all this,
Sometimes truth is stranger than even science fiction, and we're living it right now, folks.
so we weren't able to perform this piece for you in person or any other works, but we could still perform for you because we want you to stay entertained. We want you to have a taste of everything that's out there, because we can still connect and we can still perform and we can still give you something that hopefully you can write home about or stay home about and enjoy. So we thank you so much for watching us today, and we hope that you enjoy everything that is happening with virtual NASFiC this weekend and all of the other events that are out there, because almost every con that was supposed to happen is having some kind of virtual event. And I can tell you, we are going to try to do something for many of them, but we're also going to do more work on our own. So look for us, follow us on the strange, ethereal, technological, impossible, implausible, phantasmagorical marvels that are social media. And look for us under the Confused Greenies or Players Patchwork for more announcements, and see us videos up on YouTube as well, because we'll have a lot more in store, because we want to perform and we want to entertain you. We want you to experience laughter and mirth during this period, because we could all really use some of that. So please go, please look for us. If you can, wear your mask, because just not that kind. And hopefully your lives are not filled with enormous, strange coincidences, unless they're all good and you like them. But just find the phantasmagorical, find the fantastic, find the fun. And remember, you can always get something out of any class that you took in school, including Victorian literature, because we made something of it, because you should always laugh while you learn, and learn
while you laugh. And one
Thank
more
you.
thing in honor of NASFiC, which would have happened this weekend in person in Columbus, but it's virtual now. Writers are the builders of worlds. And as long as all of us work together to keep ourselves and each other safe, wear our masks, practice social distancing, wash our hands, practice all the safety precautions recommended by the CDC and your local health department, we can build a world where eventually we can be together and perform for you in person and show you everything we've got. We're looking forward to watching everyone build that world, and we hope you are too. Thanks for watching.
Just like a phantasmagorical contraption, we all have a part to play. We all are a component to making it work. As we said,
let's make it work.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again very soon.
You betcha.